Hello, dear millions of viewers. If we recall, I'm working on this little guy, and I'm a little worried about the tails. The fins and rudders are okay, I think. I mean, they're thin, and they're the same right shape and everything. The stabilizer and elevator are the chord is too narrow. They got to be a little bit wider. And more importantly, I don't know if you can tell, but this is very thick. So this just looks a little bit like a 2x4 hanging out there. It's too big. It needs to be svelter and nicer. So what I decided to do, since I put plastic on my paper models, I thought, why not put some paper on a plastic model? So my intent is to cut these off and replace the stabilizer and the fin rudder with paper. I have a 1/72 scale paper model of this airplane, and so I printed it out and I cut out those parts, and I'll show you what I did with them for folks who aren't familiar with paper stuff at all. But I'm going to end up taking these apart. Now, what's nice is once I put those on, this airplane is going to be a tail sitter. It's got tricycle landing gear, and there's a lot of weight back here. Now, if I was able to just make these out of balsa and paper, that might maybe help make it so I'd need less weight and maybe be able to let this thing sit right side up on its wheels. So we'll see what happens. So this will fix both the shape of these, especially the stabilizer, and a secondary thing is it should make the rear end lighter. And so without a hunk of plastic, maybe I get a better chance. So we'll see. Now, what I've done is I've printed this out. Where's this thing? So this is just a printed out model from Scissors and Planes, which is a well-known person if you build paper models. It's a reprint by someone I can't remember, but here's the airplane. So what I've done is I've cut out the rudders and fins and the stabilizers. And maybe you can tell, but I've embossed these. So I basically used a straight edge and ran a pointy tool. You could use a ballpoint pen, whatever, but I put this along all the panel lines. And what that does is give me that are inked on the paper, and that gives me basically panel lines a lot easier than doing it in plastic. And this will fold over like this, but I don't think it's quite strong enough for the paper model, so that's why I'm going to back all this with balsa. So here's use this one. Here's the fin and rudder from one side. Again, same thing as here. Now, here is what I did was I cut a piece of balsa about this size, and here it is. And then what I've done is sand this. I made it very thin. It's 1/32 sheet, and I made the edges very thin, and I've rounded them a little bit, etc. And this is just going to go in here like this as a skeleton, and then I will just fold this over, and this will become now basically a good thickness. It's nice and thin like it should be in scale, and it'll be a perfect little rudder. So let's just do that. And if I do that on this one, I think you get the idea, and you won't, I can do it on the others and it doesn't really matter. No one needs to be bored and watch that. So I'm going to use this, just a piece of glue stick, and see if this works. I hope it does. I'm not 100% sure if it will, but I'm just going to put glue in here, especially on the edges, and make sure I put it on this side too so that the balsa has something to stick to. And I am going to plop that piece of balsa in there, kind of central. Maybe the leading edge should be up closer to there. Oh, that's backwards, dummy. Just make sure that it's about where it should be, and that you've got some edge that you can actually glue to, so it doesn't look too bad. Edge meaning you want to have something that you on the edges here. Now fold this over, and then just squeeze it shut. So I'm basically squeezing the edges, and you'll end up with something that will resemble the correct thing. And I can, once it's dry, I can come back and do stuff like sand it carefully and things, and sand the edges and make them so that they're nice and smooth. And then I have a rudder and fin without much drama. And so that, as they say, is that. And what we'll do is the next video with this one, I'll show how I'm basically going to attach these. But I'm going to do the very same thing with the other fin and rudder and with the stabilizers. And then we will have brand new things that are very light, and they will look fine on the airplane. If you look here, you know, here's the thing, and it fits really nice. It's the right size. It looks really good. So that is going to be, I think that's going to be fine. Okay, so I made all these little guys. There's the stabilizers and both rudders and fins. Okay, so they got the balsa in them, and they're basically new parts. Now, I've taken this and kind of test fitted it a little bit, trailing edge, and I'm trying to sort of eyeball how this is going to fit. And it looks to me like my leading edge would be just about right if that angle at the root was right there. See that pencil line? So what we're going to try to do is saw these puppies off. So I'm going to take my Zona saw, say a tiny prayer, and I'm going to give this a little gentle sawing to make a little curve. I'm trying to be vertical because I can reshape it and actually, you know, fair it in and stuff later. But if I can just go through this very carefully, kind of just vertically, I think this will get me started. Usually I try to do one of these before I show you guys because I know I'm going to mess up along the way. But this time I thought, you know, throw caution to the wind. Just do it live. You know, I mean, do it for the first time. And then post the dumb thing and see what happens. It feels really odd to be doing this much butchery on an airplane. Especially one that's where there's replacements out there. But you know, this is part of the fun of the hobby, I think. Oh, we're making headway, kittens. Remember, if we really foul up, we can deal with, oh, look at that. Oh, beauteous. We really foul up. Perfect. So, trailing edge, leading edge. Let's see. Basically, if that goes like that, I think that'll be great. And of course, we'll put it at the right angle because it's supposed to be up, angled up. But that gives me a good thickness. Much better than what was there. All right, so we'll saw off the other side and do the same thing. And we'll have our tails ready to go. Oh boy. Okay, ladies and germs. Here's the scar on one side. There's a scar on the other. Not bad, I can sand that out. No problem. And here are our removed tails. One there, one here. And now my new and improved tails shall go in there something like that. One there and the other side, of course. And what I'll do, maybe I'll put the rudders on first because they got to be perpendicular with this. And then I'll worry about sticking this in place. But I'll do a little bit of sanding a little bit of filling will be involved. I'll do some sanding back here before I deal with putting these on. So anyway, I'm going to sand this down just with the sanding stick on either side so that it's flat and smooth, and then I'll worry about putting these in at the right angle and at the right angle of attack. Man, surgery is exciting. So here they are, and I'm going to start to put them together. And I've drawn lines, I think, where they're supposed to go. And I know these are perpendicular to one another. So I could butt join them, but I think it's better to put a little piece of brass in there. So I take my little tiny weeny drill, and just like we've done before, make little holes. And I glue the brass in there, and then we basically align and make it so it goes into the fin where it's supposed to. All this is not hard. It's just sort of meticulous, and you take your time. Don't try to go real fast. And I find doing it sort of by eye. I mean, you do make dots and things where things are located. But what I do is I put one set of pins in to my one of the pieces, and then I'm doing this again kind of off center because I've got this to make the little movie. Someday, now that I have 1,000 subscribers and I'm going to be monetized and make millions, maybe I'll get a camera that works. But anyway, now what I want to do is kind of line this up, and I know the leading edge of the fin goes right to the leading edge of the stabilizer. So there are my two little pegs. So now I'm just going to hold that very gently, and then take a little pencil and mark where those are going to go. And now I know where they line up, and then I can just poke little holes with my drill bit into the fin where it's supposed to go. It will be just fine. Because there's balsa wood in there, there's a little bit of fumbling around. You can kind of force it one way or the other, or you could kind of pull out or make the little holes bigger if you wanted to, all kinds of little things. But I know where the center should be, which is where that one line in this middle there is of the three. And the top and the bottom basically of the airfoil or of the stabilizer basically is going to be on those top two parts, or the top and the bottom line. And it's okay if I go through, so don't panic, because when I'm all done with this, I got to put there's a strange thing that goes on the outside of the fins, and I'll have to fabricate that later. But there you go. That'll fit just fine, and with the pegs, it'll give a little strength. And then this is at right angles, and now I'm trying to make sure that it looks good. The stupid fin is not, canted down or looks silly. It's got to sort of be the right orientation. So then I put a little bit of glue on the edge there, and then put the pins in. It doesn't have to be a huge protruding pins, just something. And then when you put that accelerator on there, the glue tends to, solidifies fast, and it actually makes, because of the way I glued them, you can see I can actually kind of chip off the excess, because then it won't fit anymore into the holes. The brass is going to be too big, or there'll be like a little mountain of glue at the base, and then it won't fit flush. Now, once these are all together, I'm going to, probably I'll have to swipe a little piece of filler in there with a brush or a Q-tip just to see, to clean it up a little bit. But when that happens, then it'll be just fine. See, look at that. Very nice. Not bad at all. And then I added a little glue onto the fin in my case. Added those guys back, and then you just make dang sure it's again vertical, and that you've got everything the way you're supposed to. And I'm just doing this with the Mark 1 eyeball. I mean, you should use if only I had a right angle of some kind. You can see that ruler behind me, but this works fine. This is going to be just fine for what I'm trying to do. And like I said, I'll put fillets in there of filler, and then that will strengthen it and also smooth it out. But there they are, two of them, ready to roll. So it doesn't look too bad. Again, considering, I think the main goal is to make them thinner and to make them broader in chord. Now, these are kind of ready to go. I did a lot of sanding off camera of the tail section on the fuselage to make it flatter and to make things connect. And then you can see I've glued in pins into the fuselage this time. And I've test fitted them and they actually work. So now I'm going to add a little glue along the balsa wood on the stabilizer on the one side. And then I will just deftly slide that into place. And when you do that, you want to get the right angle. Remember, this is supposed to be angled up. They're not at right angles to the fuselage, as a person pointed out to me on the comments, which was good. So I made this teeny weeny little jig so I can kind of eyeball better what the angle is supposed to be. And since I have the fin at right angles to the stabilizer already, as long as I line up my fuselage to fin piece there, or close, and I'm pretty good. I mean, once it's all done, you tend to sort of look at it and futz around and do a little bending and stick your tongue out and a few incantations and stuff, some pixie dust, and you get it to be as close as you can. Again, this model is never going to win any contests, but it's very satisfying and fun to do. And it's neat to have started with a model that you then modify so that it looks, in your mind, a little better. So anyway, just checking these overall, making sure they look good. I look from the back, I look from the front. Part of the issue with lining up stabilizers and wings and all that is, especially with an old kit, things like the fuselage can be twisted, and this one is slightly. And so it's kind of hard. You sort of have to, get them. You could measure perfectly with lasers and lines and all kinds of stuff, but the problem is that if everything else is off, it's going to be off too. So you sort of have to use your imagination and sort of get things as close as you can. Again, and it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but it is substantially better than what was in the kit. The chord is correct. It looks huge now, but that's because the chord on the airplane, on the model, was so skinny. And again, I'm checking now the thickness, and the thickness looks very good. I actually like that. So now my tails, to me, look better, and it wasn't really hard to do. And with a little bit of finish in the back, we'll move on to the flaps and rescribing.